Welcome to Smash Writing. I'm Paul. This is Justin. Today we are back with another episode, another review. This time we are reviewing the fun, exciting movie Shoot 'Em Up, starring Clive Owen. Great actor, loved a bunch of his movies, and Paul Giamatti.
Paul Giamatti and Monica Bellucci.
Yep. I think we, like in previous episodes, we never reviewed Shoot 'Em Up to this point. This is our first review of it, but we've talked on camera throughout our years doing this about Shoot 'Em Up.
Yeah, we mentioned it a couple times.
And it made a list. It made several of our lists that we did that put that film in place. So this is a very exciting time to do this, to actually now fully review this film. Without further ado, bang bang.
We open up to a man eating a carrot on a bus stop bench, as always. All movies should. And a pregnant woman who's in labor stumbles by him. She's being chased by this guy. And after they disappear, the guy on the bench gets up. Mr. Smith gets up, and he follows him in. He takes out that guy by shoving a carrot through his mouth and out the back of his head. Cue the music. In comes a bunch of henchmen for a shootout while he's delivering the baby.
Yeah.
Well, actually, it starts with a big shootout. And then after the first initial shootout, he's then trying to help her deliver baby in the middle of a shootout. And then we do get a glimpse of Paul Giamatti's character, Mr. Hertz, comes in at this point too. He shoots the one guy because he won't stop breathing, so he keeps messing up his shot. But they do manage to take out the baby mom. And he thinks about it, but Smith does take the baby with him and makes an escape after a rooftop shootout. Got to keep a countdown on how many shootouts we have in this movie.
Here's the thing though. The movie's called Shoot 'Em Up.
Yep.
And it lived up to the title. Like, this is the fun part of all this is, the number of shootouts. Like, this is all just shootout.
Yeah.
It really is.
So, they're trying to track down Smith. And Hertz is like, who the fuck is this guy? We don't even know who this is. He was just a guy on a bench.
Eating a carrot.
And, Smith, though, he's walking along and he starts getting followed by this guy in a suit. And, start a fight scene in the bathroom. He drops his gun in the toilet of the bathroom, so he's trying to get it dry. And he uses the hand dryer both to scald the guy's hand to get him to drop his gun, while also drying his own gun so he can shoot that. But he does leave him alive, though. He does leave him alive. But he does try to abandon the baby at the park and hope that someone will find the baby and take him. But just as the woman is about to come over and grab the baby, Hertz shoots her with a sniper because she walked in the line of the shot. So he starts shooting the merry-go-round, making it spin. Mythbusters did a test on that.
Was that?
Mythbusters did a test to see if that was possible.
And was it?
If you had a high-caliber gun and you were shooting rapidly, you can make it spin. But not with a handgun.
Okay. Damn you, Mythbusters.
It's interesting to the fact that it's so believable they tested it. So he gets the baby and he makes out with the baby. He gets out. Not makes out with the baby, that would be weird.
Yeah.
He makes it out with the baby. He goes to a prostitute that he knows named Quintana. And he wants to give her the baby. Like, you take the baby. Take the baby. Which is great, because this is a hardcore brothel they're in, and he's just like, take the baby.
You got plenty of rooms here, you know?
And she's like, oh, get the hell out of here. I'm not taking this baby.
Wasn't she with a client?
Yes, he throws him out.
I didn't pay for my hour yet.
So he leaves, but a Hertz tracks him down because of he's being a fucking perv with a dead body. He figures that he's looking for a lactating hooker. And ends up at her door. Yes, this happens.
Yeah, I mean, this film...
He's trying to torture the information out of her, but Smith arrives. And he learned his lesson from the last time because Hertz's gun has a thumbprint detector on it, so it won't shoot unless it reads the gunman's fingerprint. But Smith just cuts off the guy's hand and is going to use that to shoot him. And he does shoot
And
him.
he's shooting him. He's like,
And he's like trying to jam the thumb up and squeeze the trigger at the same time. So he shoots him, and they both leave. But Paul's not dead. He's wearing a bulletproof vest. He gets a call from his wife. He's like, I'm going to be a little late. I'll be home for little Timmy's birthday, though. Smith, Quintana, make their way down to the pawn shop. He needs ammunition. At this point, he's like, I need more ammo.
you think?
So he's negotiating with the cashier for ammo. Quintana's outside making a deal over her own, which Smith interrupts. Why is she doing this? Because she buys the baby a bulletproof vest.
I mean, oh.
Yeah, you need that in this
I mean,
situation,
it's-
you know? We've had multiple shootouts at this point. So many deaths. We do find out he's living in this abandoned house and he's surfing the news trying to find out what's going on, but no news is covering it. We do find out that Hertz was a former forensic behavior consultant. That's how he's able to track down where Smith is constantly going and how to read evidence. So good on the movie for giving it a reason. Because the movies, I guess, normally don't give you reasons for shit. It just happens.
Yeah.
So I applaud them for trying to give a little bit of character development here.
Yeah, look at that. Character development. It's a thing that's been fading.
He tracks him down to the abandoned building, though. And we get the biggest life lesson that I constantly hear in my head all the time while I'm at work. The leader who leads in the rear takes it in the rear.
Say that one more time for shits and giggles.
Leader who leads in the rear takes it in the rear. And I love how he says that moments later. He sends everyone up ahead of him.
Yeah.
So another round of shootout. Well, here we go. And he uses the baby's diaper to lure the dogs away, and they manage to make their escape. But he's got another big piece of clue lands at his feet though, when he realizes that the baby's actually soothed by heavy metal. So he comes up with a theory that the mother must have lived above or near a metal, a venue that plays heavy metal music.
Like some type of club
Yeah.
that does have, yeah.
And showing enough, there's a club near where he was at that fits that bill, and there's a bunch of baby diaper boxes outside. And he goes in, and they torture the information out of the owner to get the key to get inside. And there's a bunch of dead bodies. It turns out that this is a government facility, and the two other pregnant women there are dead. And there's one sperm donor, and that this is a baby mill. They're harvesting organs out of babies.
So it was like the bone marrow in there.
Yeah.
Bone marrow. Because, like, yeah, we'll go on.
We'll power through that. So,
However, though, like, the fun thing is that is, like, legit good investigation skills.
yeah, I mean, he's putting it together pretty well. Yeah.
Because, obviously, when I first watched this film, like, the very first time, I wasn't a dad, wasn't around kids, and I was just like, how could you put that together? And then, like, going through my wife's pregnancy, how she would listen to music.
Yeah.
Sammy, like, hair through the belly, and now Sammy loves dancing to music, like, non-stop. So, like, that is some excellent, like, investigation by him to track that down like that. Definitely coming down to the exact genre of music, too.
They do make their escape. No, without shooting this. Oh, no. There is one murder with Carrot. No, the Carrot murder. It's so wonderful how just Carrot murders. Second Carrot-related murder in this movie.
I mean, you do got to have a break in between
Yeah.
shootouts.
All the shooting and stabbings, we have to throw some Carrot deaths in there. To escape into a hotel, he proceeds to call everyone everyone they can think of, all the news organizations and the FBI. So now they're just waiting. And Cortana kind of calls him out on his shit here because he just handed her this baby and expects her to take care of it without asking her what happened to her own baby and, not putting together 2 plus 2 here. But we do learn a little bit about what happens after she puts the baby to bed. Her pimp slapped her in the stomach and caused a miscarriage. And he does try to console her and everything, but they're interrupted by the crying baby, so he's playing nanny for a little while. And now it's time for the making love during the shootout sequence.
They may have touched every type of shootout there is.
If there could be a shootout during it, it happens in this movie.
Exactly.
That's when he puts together another clue. Everyone is using Hammerson guns. So he stashes Quintana and the baby Oliver, into a tank. Literally, they're hiding out in the tank now.
Because why would they not be?
Well, he goes to Hammerson, and Hertz is already there talking to Hammerson. And Hertz has reached out to a few of his contacts, and he thinks he knows who Smith is. He thinks he was a son of a gunsmith who was a multi-time gun champion who disappeared in the military and became Black Ops. But that gives Smith time to set up a bunch of gun traps before they realize, oh no, he's here. So we get a shootout in the gun facility. We also get a bit of backstory, though, that Smith's wife and his child were killed in a shootout.
Because why would they not be?
Yeah, the gas station, I think it is, or something like that,
Yep.
or a restaurant.
Yeah.
But he doesn't confirm this, but you can kind of just tell by how it affects him that this is probably the case. So we got this shootout and everything, and he just escapes from there, doesn't he? Yeah.
Yeah.
Just escapes that sequence into the next one. And he's talking to Quintana about it. That Hammerson is the one who paid to have the babies killed. Whoever the baby is attached to is got to be someone that is going to affect Hammerson. And it's Senator Rutledge, who's about to pass, if he becomes president, will pass a series of sweeping gun laws that will affect Hammerson and guns. So this whole movie is based around gun control. That's a twist for the ages right there. That's storytelling 101. So he puts them on a hippie bus, and he contacts Secret Service like, I have the baby. We need to talk. So they meet up on an airplane, and he puts together right away that it's a double cross. Rutledge has gotten into bed with Hammerson and is going to look the other way and not do his gun laws as long as he gets the baby back and not die. So Smith puts it together. He takes Rutledge hostage into the lower deck of the airplane. Puts one in Rutledge off the knowledge that his death will mean that the sweeping gun changing laws will go into effect and no one will stand up against it.
Right.
He does not know America.
Yeah.
And we get a shootout while they're skydiving.
Because why the fuck not?
But he gets injured during all this and blacks out and captured. And they're trying to torture the information out of him, whereas the baby and the woman. Because they crashed the plane into the lake, so the body won't be found. And, he does manage to escape. He puts down everyone except Hertz. But his fingers are broken. He can't hold his gun anymore. Which would be a problem for anyone who's not Smith.
But
Hertz tracks him down to the study. Is about to raise his gun when Smith holds out his hand and he sticks it in the fire, and you see bullets lying between his fingers, and he uses the fire from the fire to shoot the bullets.
why
out
didn't
of his
Mythbusters
fingers.
do something on that one? Because that is like, for the longest time, it's like, could that really happen?
That is badass. He'd probably lose his hand and not shoot anything. But... So now the two are gravely injured. Hertz gets one final phone call from his wife leaving him, and Smith puts him down. And the dog goes with Smith. The two track down Quintana and the baby to a Dream Queen. And for one last time, one good old shootout. since his hands are in casts, he uses a carrot to fire the gun.
And that is...
That is shoot 'em up.
Shoot 'em up. My...
This is John Wick before John Wick was Wick.
I mean, this is a whole bunch of before it was a whole bunch. First off, like I says, I don't think there's too many films out there, honestly, that lives up to the title.
Not like this.
No, this put Shoot 'em... Okay, so the title of the film, Shoot 'em Up. They really went with... No, we're going to evolve. We're going to go around this title, and everything is just going to be shoot 'em up, shoot 'em up, shoot 'em up.
There's, I saw this in the trivia section before I was watching it again. I'm like, holy shit, that's right. There's not one explosion in this movie. Like, he shot the oil tank, but only so he can create an oil slick and slide through the warehouse.
That is true. Not one.
Not one explosion.
Not one. How many bullets were used?
I think I saw that they used 70,000 squibs. Oh, no. $70,000 on squibs. And I think it was like $50 squibs for $1,000. And they went through $70,000 of squibs.
That better be the record. I mean, this movie should hold some type of record. I don't care what that record is. Most shootout scenes, most bullets used, whatever. This film has to...
Now, I'll put this close to the other movie. You remember whenever he was helping deliver the baby and his gun jammed and he called it a piece of crap?
Yeah.
That's a Walter PPK. That's James Bond's gun. That's because Clive was in running against Daniel Craig for Bond.
Nice. A nice little... Talk about throwing the big out there. My goodness.
I think I'd rather have seen Clive in Casino Royale.
Would that have changed your mind about it?
It would have made it better. I do like Clive. Like, Daniel Craig's a good actor. I really like Clive Owens.
Clive Owens is good, and I don't think we either solo or group, but the one movie Inside Man we got to review.
Yeah.
That is a badass film with Clive Owens and Denzel. So, but
Yeah, it hit Sin City at some point.
That too. What are your pros?
Everything. Just the movie. Here's an hour and 23 minutes of pro.
That's right. It's not even that long either. Like, any cons? How about that?
No. I have no cons to talk about this movie. This movie started with a guy being stabbed in the face with a carrot. And then they did it again. And again.
This film is one of those ones where, it maybe the college degree writers, critics maybe won't love it that much, but I want to tell you what, I fucking loved it. Because here's all the things I loved about it. It lived up to its title. It was fast paced, gave a good story, and it touched upon like politic type stuff. This whole time you're laughing, you're like, oh, this shit's crazy. And no, they're actually telling a story here.
It's all about gun control.
Yeah, like, boom.
Well, I loved it, like, when they were on the rooftop, he shot up the sign so it said, fuck you, toll.
Yeah.
And Giamatti character just reached around like this, shot out the L and said, fuck you, too.
Yeah. Like, that seemed like they were so creative with their fight scenes or gun scenes. So you had good character development, like even talking about, Paul Giamatti's character and...
Being a forensic behavior consultant, so he's able to piece together clues and figure out where he's going.
Even though Mr. Smith is this complex character, he's still being solved.
Oh, all the dialogue with him and talking about all the things he hates.
Yeah.
He drives the BMW off the road for being an asshole.
Like, they really touched on real culture shit, too.
I think about his line, too. It's like, I move my finger 1 inch. 1 bloody inch to drive a little fucking safer. And this guy's out here. He chucks the fast food wrapper out of the car. He's like, are you fucking kidding me?
And he's literally touching upon, like, every type of situation in real life that you would have that reaction.
Yeah.
Like, how many times are you driving? Like, dude, all you had to do was literally turn signal, and everybody would have shut up. And then you got the gun scenes and how they used, you know. You know what? Honestly, you had some great actors.
He had that remark too, like he doesn't carry a gun. Every gun he picks up along the way. He does not actually own a gun.
That is true too. So like, it's not. There's no plot holes in this. I mean, literally, you have a little bit of everything in this film.
Yeah.
And like I said, the pacing of this film was incredible. To know that it was under 90 minutes. I mean, we're over here praising it. We're not giving it any type of cons.
I mean, you do get moments where I was like, maybe they shouldn't have had that henchman standing there because that's a direct line to his back.
Yeah.
Because you're just bringing on the bad guys can't hit anything. It's like he has a lot of misses too.
Right.
But this is just a movie to watch to have fun. This is not groundbreaking stuff here. It's like we're gonna give you
I mean,
crazy action movie that you can have a blast with.
And a story to follow.
Yeah.
Like we're talking about the shootings and how creative they are. Shoot them through your hands, but there is a story here too, and the story actually makes sense of what's all going on. So is it going to be a shocker? What your grade's going to be?
Oh, this is S tier movie. You kidding?
What do you think my grade is?
S tier movie. It better be fucking S tier movie. We're gonna have to take us outside and have a fucking problem.
We are both giving it S's. I can't find a con about it. I don't want to find a con. So with that being said, 2 S's, and I don't give S's out often, so this was definitely kind of a shock to give it, but I remember when I first time watched it, I loved it. And, it's been many years since I watched it up until this point, and it just brought back the fun. So,
yeah. Shoot
'em up. S-tier movie. Great actors, great everything. That's our review of Shoot 'em Up. Until next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.